It's good, but it does have a good trailer. There. Nailed that thing. Got him. What's up, folks? Welcome back to the channel, man. Late afternoon, short trip. I'm trying to play this wind. Decent fish. Just throwing a little Bama swim jig, and this is that new Yamamoto trailer that they came out with. It's a kind of a finessey twin tail grub type of deal, but we're just playing around in this grass. I mean, that was probably like my 6th or 7th cast, and we're gonna mess around with that. I want to punch. I mean, this grass is starting to get really, really good, but I'm gonna try to be a little bit disciplined and stay outside of it and fish basically the grass, a little bit inside the grass, down to like 10-12 feet. There's a little bit of a thermocline out here. Water temps are 80 degrees. You know, wind's blowing like 10 to 15. It's actually feels really, really good out here. Air temps are like 80. So we're gonna cover a little bit of water with this and see if we can get a few bites. Go jig fish. Yeah, that's a good one. Got a little minnow bite going, guys. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Jesus. There you go. It's a nice fish. I was just kind of cruising down the bank and saw some fish hanging out here. Throwing that little it's not little, it's but that 5-inch Yamamoto shad shaped floater. It's a good fish. It was fun, man. That sucker had some acrobats. It's exciting. Show you what I'm doing right here. Okay, I'm someone's main lake point, and see if I can turn the head of this thing around. The point's just rolling off. And there's fish right here. We're just throwing at those fish. There's shad moving around this area. They're just kind of waiting for shad. Some days, man, they won't even touch a minnow. Today seems like they're liking it. Another minnow fish. There it is. Yeah. See? It's a shad-shaped floater, and it floats as advertised. Better than I thought. Decent. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad at all. There we go, man. We got his little jig head minnow bite going. I haven't done this in a while. It's fun. I mean, we've fished a swim jig for quite a while and punched through a spinnerbait, through a jig. Now we're just playing around with his minnow. I just, you know, that 5-inch shad shaped floater is such a good little shaky minnow thingy. And I just got a little tungsten head here. And we're just playing around. We're gonna go back up shallow here in a little bit. But this is fun. All right, let's talk a little bit about minnow fishing, man. Some people hate it. Some people love it. Usually people that like it, they like it because it catches a lot of fish. And it doesn't always work. You know, I've been throwing a minnow off and on for the last 3 months, and sometimes it works, but a lot of times it doesn't. I don't exactly know why, but something, you know, sometimes they want a jerkbait, sometimes they want a jig, sometimes they want a tube, underspin, it just depends. Sometimes they want a minnow. One of my favorites that I've been throwing around for probably like 2 years or so is the Yamamoto. It's a 5-inch shad shaped floater, and green gizzard has been my favorite color. That right there is just a killer bait. You know, they do tear up. The reason they tear up is because, I mean, look at that. They're just super flexible, and that's one of the reasons why you get a lot of bites. But don't worry, you can cut that sucker off. You know, some of these fish I've been catching, that minnow's lost about an inch or so, and it still works fine. You can still get like 4 or 5 fish out of the minnow if you just keep cutting it down. So just get you some scissors, get you a jig head, 1/8 to 3/16. This is a 3/16 ounce right now. Tungsten. It's expensive, but it does show up a little bit better. And this is not, you don't have to have forward facing sonar to do this. I mean, I think a lot of pros like Jacob Willers prove that you don't have to have forward facing sonar. If you're around a lot of fish, they will chomp this thing. And even as a co-angler, it's a great thing to just throw out of the back of the boat, because, you know, we used to throw a Fluke on a jig head years ago before forward facing sonar and catch them. And essentially it's just kind of like a fluke on a jig head that's out there just jumping around. So it's a great bait to just cast across points, cast across grass lines. I like a 2-aught or a 3-aught hook. Like I said, 1/8 to 3/16. The whole deal with this thing is shaking it, and you're causing that minnow to roll. That roll action causes flash, just like a crankbait. You know, the deal with the crankbait a lot of times and a jerkbait is that flash. So you're trying to pop that minnow and get that roll. I tie a little loop knot. It's a non-slip loop knot. It's super easy. I do have a video on it, but there's other videos online. So once you learn this knot, it's, you know, it's nothing to tie it. It's a little bit confusing at first, but you try it a couple times, it's no big deal. I like 10-pound. This is 10-pound Sunline Sniper, FC Sniper, just some sort of fluorocarbon and braid. Same thing with braid, like a 15-pound braid. 7-foot medium fast is what this is. This is the Virtus Finesse spinning rod. Some guys like a 7.4, usually like that 7.4 to that 7.6 when you're getting into those heavier minnows. Like the Hinge Minnow by Yamamoto, like the 6-inch or Sakamoto, whatever. Typically those guys are throwing a little bit longer rod, but a 7-foot medium. If you've got just a 7-foot medium spinning rod, that's all you need to throw a minnow, and then just a 2500, 3000 series reel, and it's pretty straightforward. You know, I'm looking at them, so I'm trying to cast a little bit past them, just letting it fall. We're reeling it really slow. They're wanting it super, super slow. You know, there's sometimes they want it fast, sometimes they want it. It's technical, guys. I mean, minnow fishing, it's not just as easy as casting a minnow out there. Sometimes it's that easy, but a lot of times you got to play around with different size minnows. But a 5-inch minnow and a 4-inch minnow is a great place to start, and this is a really good one. I mean, there's several good ones out there, but I've had a lot of luck with this. So, man, don't be scared of the minnow. It's a great way to catch fish, whether you're looking at them or you're blind casting. It just, man, bass eat shad, and that looks just like a little shad. So let's see if we can catch a few more before it gets dark. That might be a better fish. fish. Whatever it is, we're gonna go after. Come on, buddy. It's almost acting like a dang catfish. Nope. It's the hideous striped bass. I haven't caught one of these in a while. The hideous striped bass. That was fun though. He was up there on that point with them largemouth just chewing. Come here. Got him. There we go. Man, these are fun. I thought that might have been one up there, but I still had to cast that sucker. It's still fun. Getting your line tight and hearing that drag. You gotta test the drag out on your reels there once in a while. See right here? Look at that. A little ball of bait, and there's fish pushing it. Those fish are pushing that ball of bait. They're right by the boat. See, right there, 2 fish. Those fish will bite that minnow if I can get it to them. I knew that was a little one. I was trying to keep from tearing my minnow up. Got him. Fish came up, grabbed it, let it fall. Came up and grabbed it again. Nice fish. A little minnow fish. Look at that. Ate it like he's supposed to. Ooh. Big fish, big fish. Yeah, it's good. Not bad. Not bad at all. That was totally blind casting, just fishing the grass. Got him good. Thought that fish was going to be a lot bigger than that. All right, folks, we're about out of time. One thing I've noticed with a minnow is once it gets low light, they don't seem to hit it very well. I guess they just can't see it. You know, it's not a bait that's got a rattle. It's not a bait that's got some kind of vibration. It's just really super finessey, and low light conditions, to me, you just don't get bit. So we're throwing out some fish and it's not happening. So I am going to spend the last 10 minutes throwing a frog, just covering some water, because, you know, after looking at the cheater box for the last 3 or 4 hours, it's fun just to go power fish, cast a frog, see if I can get a bite. If not, thumbs up, subscribe. Till next time, and if so, there'll be a fish catch right after this. Pretty good day.